Hello and welcome along to episode 30 of A View from Section C. And before we go any further with the introductions for this week, I'm just going to say this is a top 10 recording podcast in the UK hockey charts.
Yeah.
Larso, how you feeling?
Yeah. I'll tell you, if people can't see me, I'm sitting here with a big sort of cheesy grin nodding my head.
I'm glad you just reaffirmed that you're sitting there with a big cheesy grin.
I'll tell you.
That could be something else to come out there.
Sitting here, honestly, cocky as fuck. Yeah. We're in the charts. Up 20 places for 27 to 7.
Yeah, listen,
outrageous.
As I said before, that has been our highest before. We were sitting 7th before, after we had Dowdy on. And then obviously we had that few weeks break in between with no recording, so obviously it drops down, but then trying to come back up again, a couple of episodes, back up to number 7. I think we've slipped down again to 9th, but once this show goes out, that'll put it back up again. We've got loyal viewers. That's all it is. And these,
we just can't thank people enough, eh?
No, really. and these ratings go based on, so it's only based on only some of the streaming services. So Spotify isn't included in that, and neither is the YouTube views that we get.
Right.
So with all that stuff as well, I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, Larzo, but we're better than that. We're better than 7th.
Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it. Imagine us being 7th in the UK charts. Eh? We're sitting here spouting pish every week.
Talking pish.
Ridiculous. But yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, but talking of pish. A few weeks back, right? I'm just gonna hear a wee bit of a rant. It's nothing hockey related. It's actually about pizzas. So I got a pizza out of Tesco's. Right, it was one of those meal deal things, and I think it was a chicken kebab one. Larzo, you should have seen it. The toppings were ridiculous. Literally nothing on it. There's nothing on it, and it cost about £10. Nothing on it. Tesco. Fucking Tesco.
Nah.
So I tweeted them and complained. Got absolutely bugger all from them. So we've ended up going to Morrison's and getting the pizza deal out of there. You get 2 pizzas, 2 sides, and a 4-pack of juice, which is what I'm drinking just now. J2O. You can't beat this. Orange and passion fruit J2O. Honestly. But it's cheaper for that. It's a tenner for that whole thing, or £12 for that whole thing out of Morrison's. So Tesco fucking boycotting you.
Damn you. We were at number 7. We're doing it number 9. We'll be doing it about fucking 109 sitting listening to that shit. Pizzas. You know what I mean?
It's true though. I was honestly, I was raging about it.
The next thing you'll be saying is like this Dode Fox stuff. How did you go on at Hobbycraft at the weekend?
Oh fuck! Well, to be fair, I did get sent into Hobbycraft the other weekend as well. we may need to get Tall Paul on here and Hobbycraft story.
We've mentioned it before. Like, I'm waiting on the invite for us to go on the Dode Fox, and if we got on the Dode Fox, then they're more than welcome to come on A View from Section C.
Yeah. So that's Pizzagate. Hashtag Pizzagate. Tesco's, we're not going back.
I thought I brought you up better than that. I thought I brought you up. If you're going for pizza, it gets to Asda.
You know what? I do like Asda's pizza are good, but these Morrison's it's a big meal deal and it's good. Do like Morrison's, but let's move on.
Let's move on. What we're going to speak about now? Chips and curry sauce and cheese or something.
Well, you know what? It's good. It's good that you've brought that up though, because it's good to see the chips and curry sauces back at the rink.
Yeah, it smelled lovely. I noticed you had a dish out on Sunday. It smelled lovely.
Yeah, we
never offered this, but at least they smelt it.
Sunday we were at Spencer's football and Sunday Shannon's Brothers football, and we were late in getting tea or that, so we got chips and curry sauce at the rink, and I tell you, it was good. It was good. It was back. See, that's her bringing that Pfeiffer out, is it was good.
It was good. Yeah. She sent me a message in work today, and it was actually in Fife speak. It was actually in Fife speak.
Yeah. Honestly. So we've had some good news. Oh, great news about the podcast. We've had some shit news with our pizza. Good news about chips and cheese being back, chips and curry sauce. But even better news,
Yeah.
Stars-related land.
Definitely. I know where you're going with this.
And I think, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb and say this, Larzo. I think it's due to this podcast. The Montreal Canadiens have listened to Anthony Beauregard's episode and thought, you know what? We're going to give that laddie a chance.
Yeah. Martin Saint-Louis.
What
Martin Saint-Louis listens in.
What an achievement, though, eh? To be invited to the training camp.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Couldn't be happier
deserved. Yeah, thoroughly deserved. And it's good to see that it was one of Nick Riopel's guys. Nick put him into Dundee to start with. We then sort of help him on that, the next step, and then somebody else picks it up, and somebody else picks it up. Then he goes back across, he goes to Laval, and then he's at his first training camp for the NHL. Brilliant. Yeah. Couldn't have been any happier for the guy. Thoroughly deserved.
It's what he said on the episode when we spoke to him. You know, this could be his last chance. You know, he's still a young guy, but in hockey years, he's a little bit older, and this might be the only chance he does get the crack at the NHL again. So, if he impresses at training camp over the next little while, who knows? We might be seeing him on Game Centre.
And his coach, if he makes it right, his coach at the Canadiens wasn't a big guy either.
No.
Saint Louis was not
feisty wee sniper.
Yep. So maybe there might be someone in that Saint Louis really likes about Beauregard, and hopefully he does it. How good would it be if he made it?
We don't let it go. We take Liz. Liz Davison obviously listens every week. Liz, official supporters club. He organised travel to Montreal for everyone.
A bus to Montreal.
Oh my god! But yes, could not be happier for Tony B. The little guy. The little guy could not be happier for him. But yeah, mixed emotions for us the past week of hockey.
Yeah.
So we'll look at our review of our games that we had over the past, what was it, three games in 4 days.
Yeah.
So first up was the televised Challenge Cup game against the Fife Flyers. Now, interesting to notice that the attendance was 12,950. My personal view is I don't think it was as many as that. There was a lot of empty seats.
It looked lighter than that, but if it was that,
you never know.
Great.
Yeah, you never know.
So it could well be that. Do they include season tickets that don't go to the game? Because it's a Thursday night, I don't know. Which technically is they've sold the ticket for that game, so that could be the number of tickets that have been sold for the game.
Because they might just go with how many tickets have been sold.
Yeah, it certainly looked empty not long before face-off, and then it suddenly became that a little bit busier.
Yeah,
you know what? For a Thursday night and it being televised live, it was a decent crowd. I'll be honest with you. I was surprised.
As I said before the game started, that has to be the poorest Fife crowd I've ever seen, and that includes the SNL years.
Yeah.
Again, I don't.
You got to remember
why would you travel through on a Thursday night after your work, and it's on the telly, having to pay for it. You know, I don't blame them. But
you got to remember though, when they were in the SNL, they were winning everything, so they were going to travel in big numbers.
Yeah. So a loss for the Stars in this one. Their first Challenge Cup loss of the season. Yanni Cavalati at 11:31. I'm going to assume that was assisted by Chris Lawrence because I don't think Dylan Lawrence had a point in that game. Yanni Cavalati again on the power play at 15:49, assisted by Phillips and Lackinen. The big dope Chris Lawrence at 16:31, assisted by Cameron. 4-0. And obviously no score in the second period. 4-0 into the third period. Zach Phillips assisted by Sandstrom at 42:33. Stars tried to mount a comeback. Your boy Ryan Verrier, assisted by Bariga and Sonch at 52:06. Romans Semyonovs, assisted again by Bariga and Sonch at 56:48. And then Stars pull the goalie, and Lucas Sandstrom pops up the empty netter, assisted by Lackinen at 58:12. So, Yeah,
Disappointing.
it felt flat, and
Yep.
like on the ice, it felt flat. We outshot them heavily.
Yeah,
I
Owen was immense.
Owen was very
Nah,
good.
he
Owen was
was
very
really,
good,
really good.
but I think the shot. I don't think we tested him a lot. There was a couple. There was maybe 4 or 5 unreal saves from Owen, without a doubt, and he stood on his head. But there was at times when I didn't think we tested him. There were shots going in, but there was nothing really to test him. There's shots coming from the point. He sees it clearly. There's a rebound. There's nobody there to get the rebound.
Yeah.
I don't think we tested him enough.
With Shane Owen, you have to take his eyes away. If he's got a clear view of that puck, 95% of the time he's saving them. And it was and he proved that it wasn't a fluke, because he went into Belfast and nearly done it again. Ridiculous. Honestly, absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? He's a top class netminder. That's what he gets paid to do, and he does it, and he does it well. He gets a bit of luck, but he creates his own luck. But from our perspective, totally agree with you. Really flat. I don't know what it was. Was it the Thursday night game? There was nothing. There was nothing, and I felt really disappointed. We'd said last week, you'd asked me how I thought we'd got on. I was like, oh, we'll wait for it. And I sort of, I'll be honest with you, I brushed them aside. Brushed them aside. It was like, yeah, we'll beat Flyers, and then we started speaking about what would happen with the Clan in Sheffield. But we Fife, I think, honestly, I had no. There was nothing going through my mind to say that we were getting beat by that Fife team. Nothing whatsoever.
I think what a lot of people have said it. We said it on the night. There's been a lot of talk from the coach about team toughness, and on that game, it nothing really showed. There didn't really seem that type of fight, and Chris Lawrence ran the show. He was a bit. It was the same last season when Haas was. I think he was boxed or he was kicked out, and Springer ran around doing whatever the fuck he wanted. And Chris Lawrence did the exact same on Thursday, where it was just, you know what, I'm going to go and hit somebody. I'm then going to offer you a fight. You know what, I'm going to skate away because you've got a penalty here. Yeah. He ripped the piss out the team on Thursday. Yeah. He really did, and that really frustrated me.
It frustrated me. I'm going to give him a bit of credit. He actually played well, I must admit. It's probably the best I've seen Chris Lawrence play in Dundee, total. And that was when he played for us as well. That was probably his best game he's ever played in Dundee.
But was he that good?
He was allowed to play his game, and we allowed him to play that game.
Yeah.
And that was the frustrating thing for me. And the one thing that really got me was, I think it was, he got the penalty for cross-checking Barriga, and he went at him again, and Ricci skated in, and I thought, here we go. And I know what Ricci was doing, right? He was getting Barriga away from it because he knew Lawrence had the penalty. But I'll tell you, that wouldn't have happened to anybody else.
No.
That wouldn't have happened to somebody that planted right in his arse.
The best bit was, so the first penalty was called, it wasn't even a cross-checking penalty, it was called for something else first. And then he stands and cross-checks him 3 times and doesn't get a second penalty.
Yeah, he should never have been allowed to cross-check him that many times. So you're right, from I don't know, sort of a refereeing perspective, to me, you're right. 2 penalties should have been called.
Yep.
There was only 1 penalty called, but he should never been allowed to cross-check Barriga that many times without somebody planting them on his arse. No. And that's what frustrated me. And I think Chris Lawrence knew that. He thought, not one of them are going to challenge me. And that was when he came out the box, that was him. He was on a different level, and we allowed him to play his game.
Yeah. So a thoroughly disappointing night. Again, I think
just brushed them aside. That was my opinion. Yeah, Flyers, never mind.
And you know what? I think it's because the way, we beat them 3-0 over there. First proper meaningful game of the season.
Yep.
And then, we go and beat Glasgow. We've gave Belfast a good game at home, and but then it was just complete contrast to what we'd seen so far in the season.
Yeah, definitely.
We're only a few games in. I think it was Steph Boyle pointed it out that we'd lost, was it 9 out of our first 10 games last season, or
something like
10 out of 11 or something.
Yeah.
I
wasn't overly concerned.
Yeah, and I think it just, the reason I'm saying that is, I think it was more, we'd started off relatively decent, and I think we expected a bit more from the team in that game.
Yeah.
But then obviously we went into Glasgow needing a reaction. We did. So Hugo Reinhardt, assisted by Chris Gerry and Ricci at 9:49. Hugo with his second, again assisted by Ricci and Barriga on the power play at 22:20. Going into the third period, Elijah Barriga on the power play, assisted by Songe and Dow at 40:55, and Mr. Chin himself, Nolan Laporte, at 42:55 to give the Stars a 3-1 win. Another loss in Glasgow's column. They've not won a game yet this season in the League or Challenge Cup. But yeah, a much needed response. And saying that about team toughness, two fights in handbags with some sort.
Yeah.
So, yep, very. I've heard a lot about these fights, right? Verrier's fight wasn't really a fight, seemingly. It was just a hug and he fell down. Dryden, surprisingly, who was it he went with?
Was it no Laporte? I think it might have been Laporte.
No, it was Sonche that went with Laporte. I think Dryden went with Mitch Jones.
That's who it was, Mitch Jones.
So Dryden went with Mitch Jones, and seemingly Jones put him on his arse, but again, I've yet to see any footage of this.
Yeah.
And then obviously we had the coincidental minors towards the end of the game, 9 minutes to go, with McParland, Laporte, and Songe and Ferrier again. So we'll come back to that. Going back to the Fife game, we did almost see Verrier drop the gloves with Chris Lawrence at the end.
That might have been a bit of a mismatch, to be honest.
And I think Scott Rogers did Ryan a wee favour there.
I think so as well. I think so as well.
Verrier thought this guy's a
fighter. You know what? I think, as I say, I like Verrier, and I've said it quite a lot to you now. I really like Verrier as a player, and I like his attitude, and I like the way he'll go and he'll get in amongst it. But sometimes when you're playing at this level, you've got to pick who you're going to go and dance with, right? And for me, Chris Lawrence, for Ryan Verrier, Chris Lawrence is not one of them.
No.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't think Mitch Jones is one of them either. Mitch Jones could fight. Mitch Jones is a tough guy. We've not really seen Verrier fighting.
All right, well, Verrier went with Blessa after his hit. But so a 3-1 win.
But I like it. I like his attitude. I really do.
Yep. The fact he's willing to drop them, and again, that is that team toughness that we were lacking on Thursday. And I think Jeff had obviously said something to them that that wasn't acceptable, that performance on Thursday. There was no fight about with, and we're going to have 2 fights and handbags in the Glasgow game.
Great
but
result.
Again, much needed result. It now puts Glasgow on the brink of elimination for the Challenge Cup. I believe if they do lose 2 more games, they're out completely.
Yeah. So it's 4. So there's 4 teams in our league. The top 2 qualify automatically.
Yep. And then 2 of the best 3.
For the rest, it's 2 of the best third place teams.
Yeah.
So
Glasgow basically need to beat Belfast twice to have a good chance.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to beat Belfast twice.
You never know.
But it was a good result.
Us, great result. Much needed improvement from what we saw on Thursday night. Gave us a bit of belief. So when they seen the score coming through, I'm thinking, right, okay, I got it wrong. I thought we would dismiss Flyers and we would take the 2 points from them. And I said, I think we might get beaten Glasgow. So we flipped it and we lost the home game. We won the away game. So we've still come out with 2 points. I'm confident and I'm thinking, here we go. We're back on track. We'll lose the 5 game. Bad day at the office. Let's get amongst it. Let's get in about Sheffield. Wow.
And yes. So
wow.
A poor result. So Daniel Ciampini, assists by Petgrave. No, I'm not going to go through all the assists. 2052. Roman Semyonovs with a very well taken goal.
Lovely goal.
By Songe and Verrier at 21-22. Martin Letal at 25-17. 2-1 end of the second. We're still in the game. Considering, I would say the last 10 minutes were poor. And then Brett Neumann, 41-12. Brett Neumann again at 48-49. Thomas Pichul at 48-57. Scott Allen, is he not a football player? On the power play at 53-48. And then Sebastian Pish. Sebastian Pish at 54-27. Shock it. A good first period.
Good first period.
Competitive. First half of the second period, still in
Outshot them in the first period, 10-9.
We outshot them both periods.
Yeah.
And then third period just totally imploded.
Don't know what happened there. I really don't.
I
know that a third game in 4 days, did they get tired? I don't know. They may have. Is it that they get mentally tired? Is it something happens? Do we let in a soft goal and then the heads go down? And I just did not see us at the end of the second period losing 7-1.
Listen, we've 30 episodes, right? We've done 30 episodes and we've never came on here and absolutely slated the team or slated individual players or that. But what I'm going to say is that third period was the worst Stars hockey I have ever seen. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And we've been in Fife and lost 13-1, but still competed and never gave up.
Yeah,
we looked like we gave up.
At a professional level, it's probably been one of the worst periods of hockey I've seen.
Yeah. No, I would say both. We looked like we gave up. In general, we just gave up.
I don't
know. You know what? I feel for Britton. I really do, because the laddie, he stood on his head for us last season. He then comes into pre-season, gets the first few games because Svensson wasn't here yet with visa issues or whatever. Svensson comes in, shut out, couple of wins here and there, and then he's getting beat 5-1, whatever it was, 6-1, whatever it was when Britton went in. Britton's going in cold because he's had no ice time.
Yeah.
There's been times where we could have played Britton in games already this season and kept Danton. Even the Fife game on Thursday, we could have gave him the Fife game. Why not? Give the guy, you've got to keep him fit, match fit. We do. Because we can't rely on Svensson for every game because he's coming from a league where he's not playing as many games as Britton.
We said that when they announced Anton as the netminder. He's coming from a league where he's maybe played maximum 40 games or something in a season. Over here, he's going to play closer to 60 odd games because of all the league games plus the cup games.
Yep. Then playoffs if you make it.
Yeah, you've got to sort of pick and choose when you're going to play. You're back up. Let's say that you're number 2 netminder, right?
Yeah.
And could Thursday night have been it? Maybe. I just don't know. Listen, I'm not throwing the blame at Svensson's door because
I'm not blaming Svensson by any means.
The passing was poor. The decision making was poor. The number of times that we coughed the puck up because of bad passes, we were passing across the front of the goal. It was
line changes.
Line changes. Yeah. I got the look for Carter folk. Oops.
Listen. If you're not going to skate for your change,
don't glide. How many times did we change and Sheffield had changed and had the 3 forwards on our blue line?
Yeah.
And we're still changing.
It's funny.
You have got to skate for your line change, especially against teams like that.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned you say the word glide. I actually had a conversation with somebody earlier on when they put up the goals of the week. And if you watch Chris Lawrence's goal back again, the amount of players that just glided back rather than actually skated back.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I didn't notice that at the time until I saw it on the replay there. But it goes to show we do glide a lot. We don't skate, we glide. We need to start skating for those changes because we got caught the too many men on Sunday. I think Verrier fucking launched himself over the bench, nearly took somebody out, and we got called for it. Rightfully so. It was a too many men penalty.
Yeah,
but we've got to get those changes.
I just hope that's a wake up call, and because they're going to be challenging for trophies. Let's not beat about the bush. They will be challenging for trophies. Them,
the winner. They're shit. I'm putting it on record now. Sheffield were terrible.
Yep. That's not the best. Last year's Sheffield team were a white to ice with it.
Oh my God.
However, they will still be challenging for trophies. Guaranteed. They will.
They'll be up there, but I don't think they'll properly challenge you. They'll do what Cardiff did last year for me, yeah.
And what happened with Cardiff? They won the playoffs.
Eventually. But I mean, like, they'll
still won it.
They'll
be challenging. I'm telling you. But for these guys, that's what they need to understand. This is what it's going to be like every single game.
Yeah.
It's not going to be going into Fife and winning 3-0 and the goalie sits on the crossbar, because that come back and bit me in the arse. Right?
Yep. And I'm just glad it was fun because Shane Owen was going to do it to us. It was in his head, I'm telling you.
It was funny when he done it. It's no funny now because it's come back and bite you in the arse, because they're coming into our rank and then put 5 past us. But for us, at this point in time, I really, really hope that that's the wake-up call. And I think Jeff said it, that the level that they play at when we're winning is the level that we have to keep playing at every single. You can't take a night off here. You just can't. Or that's what happens. We took 20 minutes off, and look what happened. I would say fucking bumped.
Yeah, I would even say it was half an hour we took off. We played half a game, I think.
Yeah.
And then we stopped. We stopped skating. We stopped playing hard. The one
it just goes to show, right?
So the one thing that really irritates me, right, is when the puck goes into the boards for a D-man. We want to wait to tie someone up instead of either playing the puck or actually hitting the body, taking the body. We just want to tie it up and try and play hard on the board and then chip it. And I don't know if that's the game plan of to suck them in and then we break.
Yeah.
But we get caught on it because we have about 3 or 4 that pile in.
Because we've got 3 or 4 to go in for it. And how many goals have we conceded
in
this season, even just up until now, when they've got a guy standing right in front of the netminder, because you've got 3 or 4 boys in that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, wait a second.
For me, that I think players maybe do that because they know that they've not got we're not tough enough, we're not big enough. I said it at the start when the team was announced. I thought, I think we're a bit light on the back end. You could go without massive power forwards, but you really need big guys. Look at the guy Petgrave for them. The Lou Dickinson lookalike. He's a big guy. Let's be honest.
Lou Dickinson.
He's a big guy. He's a big guy. Nobody knocked him off his skates. Not one.
No.
But he's a big body, and I think that's what we lack at the back end. A big body.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be a fighter. It's a big body we need.
I've already messaged him. He's not available.
Who's that? Me?
I'm available. You after your major surgery?
Oh, no. But what I was going to say, right? If you were to put your graphic back up, Sheffield scored 7, yeah?
Yep.
And Robert Dowd wasn't on the score sheet.
No, not at
What
all.
does that tell you?
Not even an assist.
What does that tell you? 7-1, and Dowd goes 0 for 0. It means that he's your mate and he didn't want to score against one.
Well, even look, listen,
yeah.
listen. I'm away to call you out here, Lars. Up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to call him out here for viewers, listeners. Robert Dowd looked up for Larzo at the end of the game, and Larzo was gone.
Fucking right.
And I had to give him the thumbs up. A wee thumbs up for him.
Yeah.
Unreal. To call him your mate, and you were gone.
I was gone. I was out of there. I'd had enough. If paid for my seat, listen, if paid for that seat for the whole season, that seat could sit empty. It's paid for. I'd had enough. I wanted to do that car park. I was not queuing in that car park.
There was no queue when we left.
I'd had enough.
We honestly, got right out. No queue when we left.
I was that uptight with the whole situation. I thought, I just cannot believe what I'm watching here. And I wasn't the only one. Was not the only one. There was guys like us that normally stay right to the end. They were in front of me. And you should have heard it on the way. Should have heard about it on the way.
We waited to the end.
I noticed that you're calling us out for Dowdy looking up and his mate's gone, took off. But I hope you've mentioned that when he came out and I called him a wee dick. I think he spent half of the game just sitting laughing at us.
He did, to be fair, he did. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But aye.
So that was a shocker. To
be fair, for me, it was a shocking week. The Glasgow game, I think, we obviously deserved to win. Glasgow fans say we deserved to win. Glasgow fans are still raging that they are shit. They're hating it. But, was that result for us just papering over cracks? I don't know. We've seen them with some, seen some great performances already from the team.
Definitely.
The 5-3 even the Clan home game, I felt that we dominated it at times.
Yeah.
They dominated at times as well, but we came into our own. Belfast, we competed with.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is just, like you say, mental fatigue or physical fatigue, but
I hope it is. I hope it's because it's so early. Yeah. I hope it's because it's so early in the season, and that is sort of their first sort of 3-game type of thing, over 4 days. I hope it is just that. But listen, we've got a couple of belters coming up this weekend. And you know what? See, as a fan, all I want is a team that competes. And in that third period against Sheffield, we never competed. We got beat from Belfast over there and at home. And in the home game, we got beat. I can't remember what the score was now.
It was 5-3 or something. It was
5-3 or something like that. It was 5-3, something like that. But we competed and we were in the game to the end. And that's all you could ask for.
Yeah.
And if that happens, then people will not be moaning on our social media. I've deliberately kept away from it as much as I possibly can, because
I'm the same.
What does it achieve? No. Yeah, you get it off. Like, this is Tuesday night. We're recording this on Tuesday. SH, you could record it on Thursday because I'm still in a rant mode. But I've calmed down now. Right?
You've only had to calm down because I'm reffing all from Thursday through to Sunday. So it's the only reason that you're doing it early.
There's a lot more shite goes on in my work to worry about what happens during an ice hockey game. The game's passed. It's gone. That's it. I'll never come back. We'll never win that game now. The game's gone. We just need to move on now. And we couldn't have picked a better team to play against to try and get back on track.
Yeah. So it's like you say, listen, years gone by, we would have commented on the hockey forum or Scottish hockey forum, the stars were pissed, or this guy's rubbish, get him out, or whatever. But yeah, I'm the same as you. I try to stay away from it. If I'm gonna say something to somebody, I'll probably say it to them in person, just as a blether or in a message to them. But Yeah, it's not achieving anything. It's not achieving
No.
absolutely anything. And
Nah. I don't
think
think so. I've got my own opinion on the team, but I'm not going to sit here and call them out on a podcast.
no.
I've myself and Hunty have been messaging one another back and forward about everything, but that's between me and Hunty. That's it. And Hunty's the same. You'll not see Hunty tweeting about individuals and stuff like
Hunty
that.
talks shit though.
Yeah, that's my buddy. Yeah, can you be saying that about Hunty?
Aye, but so yeah, Belfast Giants double header. I think for us, it's both Challenge Cup games. So for me, I'd like to split it.
Yeah.
Get that away. If you pick something up on the road, great.
So we carrot dangling at the end of these two games, eh?
Yeah.
So we carrot dangling, we could qualify
as
this weekend
as group winners.
Yeah. We could qualify.
If we beat Belfast, obviously that makes up for we're lost to Fife effectively, and all it takes is for Clan to beat Belfast once.
So what many Challenge Cup games have we played? 4.
Aye. So
we've won 3.
We're on 3. Yeah, we're on 3.
3 and 1.
Clan twice. Yeah.
Yeah. So we beat Belfast twice. If we beat Belfast twice, nobody could catch us. I don't think.
No.
I might be wrong, but I don't think they can.
If we split it, we go 4-2.
Yeah.
And that would mean Belfast has 1 loss, and they've got to play Clan twice.
Yeah.
So if Clan beats them, they're the same as us, 4-2. I don't know how the head-to-head works. I don't know if it's based on how you play against them or whatever, but they would be the same. So it's a good position to be in, considering we've had 2 really shitty performances.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm trying to say. That we can qualify for the next round, depending on what happens this weekend. And for me, that's the mindset we should be going into these games with.
Yeah.
Just take them a day. Again, it's the old cliche. Take a game at a time. Go into Belfast, aim for that game, put everything into that one. You might win it. Then you come home and you're on a bit of a high again. Go again. You win this game, you've qualified. And there's the card. But they have to improve. They must improve. And I'll be really, really surprised if we've not improved.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm trying to find a tweet for you just now. I was absolutely pissing myself about it. So there's a certain Glasgow Clan player's dad tweeting. Do you know what I'm on about?
That'll be Nolan Laporte's dad.
It's Mr. Laporte's dad. Nolan Laporte's dad was a
This is no Bowie's response to him.
Oh yeah. But he was ripping, absolutely ripping through Halas about no having a rule book or that, and Toby Craig and everything. Listen, right? I'm sorry, because I know we've got some Brayhead followers on this podcast. Some are friends, some are enemies, but they have a fucking cheek to moan about Toby Craig being their official. Absolute cheek. The same with Pavel. I actually really like Pavel as a ref now.
I don't mind Pavel.
You know what you're going to get with Pav. You know what his calls are going to be like. You know, players need to get used to it. Dryden's used to it. Sonchi will be used to it. The Brits will be used to it. They all know what type of ref he is. Tell the players. But Brayhead really just can't get over the fact that Toby Craig and Pavel, they really can't.
Yeah.
It's fucking embarrassing.
Listen, I'll tell you, we've got
slap shot.
Yeah. There's 5 Scottish referees? Toby, Pavel, Brown, Ferguson, and Elliott.
Oh, fucking Ferguson. Jesus
Listen,
Christ.
if you had to pick 2 referees every single
Toby and Pavel every day.
And Toby and Pavel every year. Let's be brutal about this, right? Yeah. So you're absolutely right. They've got a hard neck. But I'll tell you, Bowie's response, right, now McKenzie Pfeiffer, he might not listen to us, but I'll tell you, his response was outstanding. You're shite. You talk shite, your son's shite, you've got a shite club.
I know.
What a
Absolutely tremendous.
response.
Absolutely tremendous.
Now, I expected Laporte's dad to go back because I remember when Laporte fought Chris Ingles and I tweeted something and he responded to me and I went back and he went back again. It was like, fuck is this guy? And it was Nolan Laporte's dad.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, he's going to come back at Bowie, but he never.
Yeah. Bit like his son, a clown. Absolute clown.
Yeah.
But
Well,
so yeah, sorry, I had to bring that up.
I'd hear him in my team though.
Oh God, yeah. But yeah, I had to bring that up
team.
because I was absolutely pissing myself reading it the other day, like absolutely wetting myself.
So Belfast, what are you thinking?
I'm going for a split. It's got to be a split. What do I think's going to happen? I think it'll be 2 losses.
Yeah, I think we'll split it.
I think
hope for a split,
it'll be 2 losses,
and I think we'll all split it.
I think it'll be the travel. I think the travel will kill us. For the second game. But
because if we lose, that means we go 3. What that would be 3-3 in the Challenge Cup, and then we're hanging in the coattails. I think we could split it. I really, really do.
I think we could. We've got the potential to split it.
Yeah,
it's just
I don't know when Chris will be back. I know he's day to day, so hopefully maybe Chris will be back this weekend, even if it's only for the home game.
Well, him and Soke were obviously in their gear, like their warm up gear on Sunday before the game. So unless that was just for treatment with Airley, I don't know. Could just be for treatment.
So I heard the concerning rumour, and it is a rumour, that Soke's out for another 10 weeks.
Which could go along with the statement of they're looking to bring in reinforcements.
We need them now, eh? If Soke's going to, if Soke's going to be out for 10 weeks, we need somebody in now.
But to be fair, when you've got a broken collarbone, and that's what it was rumoured to be, was a broken collarbone, surely your arm's in a sling for a while. He was in a sling for like a week. Speaking of broken things, fucking Sean Boutin with a broken shoulder, seemingly.
Yeah. Like a lot. It's a loss for him.
No, it's not. It's improved their team again. It's improved their team. It's made it harder for everyone else to play because Bhutan's pish.
Yeah.
Again, sorry to all the Bhutan fans that still follow him. You know who you are. But yeah, let's split it. Let's hope we split it. If we can get more than a split, wonderful.
Yeah. And if it's not, all we're looking for is effort and determination, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. And keep it as close as possible.
And team toughness.
Team toughness. It's got to be. It has to be. It's a way forward.
But against Belfast, it does need to be about team toughness. We've got to have each other's backs and stuff. So yeah. Let's hope to split.
I think, and I said it before. I think Jeff's trying to play a Belfast type of game. Yeah. Belfast have not got enforcers in this team.
No.
But they'll all go together. I've not seen it with us yet. I expected more from a couple of the forwards. I thought 2 or 3 of the forwards would be in amongst it, and big hits, 4 checks, being agitators, and I've not seen it yet. I've not seen it.
But
it may come.
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So I think that's us for this week.
I think that's it.
Hopefully a wee surprise for people next week on next week's show. Just need to confirm a couple of things, but hopefully a nice wee surprise. Senior, hopefully.
Is this the late show next weekend?
The late show.
Not next weekend, but the late show.
Aye, it's probably the late show.
The late show.
We'll have to get a late show up on the screen or something.
I'll have sleep before we come on.
I'll need to go to
bed. I'll need to go to bed to do this.
Late show with the 2 lorries. But yeah, hopefully we've got a wee surprise next week for viewers and listeners. And hopefully we're sitting here next week and we're celebrating a qualification into the quarterfinals, ridiculously out quarterfinals for the Challenge Cup. And at least 2 points against the Giants. If anything, we'll get to see where we pal Taff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, friends, Taff.
I know. Yeah. Well, at least I'll be there to see him at the end of the game. And
Well.
on that note, thanks again for listening. Thanks again for all the support. Let's hopefully push up to higher than 7th in the charts this week.
Yeah, let's go for
and if we can get it up higher, then we're going to hit to put some sort of challenge or something.
Yeah.
If we get 5th place, or up to 5th in the charts or something, or if we get up to the top 3 or something like that, we'll hit to do something. Larzo could shave his head. Well, what's left of it.
Yeah. You could shave your head. Well, you could do it then. That's it, right? There it is. You've opened up a can of worms, okay? So that's it.
I'd like
we go top 5 in the UK charts, right? You're shaving your head.
Well, you'd have to run that past my wife, and she will say no.
Ed and Ikea. That's what it is. If the people
well,
want
actually, hold on. We are still due a shaven head of Mikey Kidd. Now that you brought that up.
Yes, we are.
So that could be what it is. If we get the top 5, we'll shave Mikey's head instead of Sebastian Bengtsson.
Yeah. That's what
right. Mikey's just agreed to that in a message to me as well. So there we go. Happy days.
Happy days. Well done.
Right.
Good effort.
We'll see you next week when we have qualified for the next round of the Challenge Cup.
See you after.